So I got this S2000 deck lid here. I've already polished out this half so you can get an example of what it looks like when it's done. This has all been wet sanded with 2000 grit. First I initially cut it down with 1500 and then finished it out with 2000. Now I'm bringing the shine back. Like I said, I polished this side here so you can see the difference of what it looks like when it's fully polished out and what it looks like when it's wet sanded. Basically, anytime we paint something here, we like to wet sand the entire finish down to make sure that it looks like an OEM finish and it looks like it's at least OEM or better. So we make sure, if you can get close to here and look at this, you make sure that the texture matches the factory, but it also is just as clean as a factory paint job too. And leveling all this out with 1500 and then 2000 gives us that finish and makes it look at least like factory or better. Okay, so we haven't put the bumpers on the car yet because we want to make sure that we get all of this cleaned up first. Especially on the front too, there's a little bit of compound, but it's just nice to get all this cleaned out before you reassemble the car.
The S2000 is nearing completion. Danny finished up polishing all the panels yesterday, and he's just now washing the car before he puts the bumpers back on. Just nice to get all that grime and dust and just nasty stuff off of the car before we put the bumpers back on. We put the trunk lid in as well, fitted the seals, and got all the interior in the trunk put back in, and it looks really good.
Take a look down here. Look, you can see now that the window's been installed. The old seal used to sit over this edge here, and then now the new seal sits nice and clean down in this area. It makes it look a little more modern, and according to Kelvin, he's done these a few times. It actually gets less wind noise having this seal like this. For whatever reason, I guess the other one maybe flaps around a little bit in the wind and makes some noise, so I guess that's gonna make that a lot quieter, so that's cool.
Danny, how's the fitment looking after the adjustment?
It's good. I just shifted the hood and I loosened the bumper and scooped the whole bumper over just a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that this is nice and continuous and also matches the other side so it looks even. Then I also had to scoot the headlight out because you could like see the rivets right here, so I ended up having to loosen. This is a really weird headlight where it has, like, instead of just being bolted in, has two different braces on the bottom, so it's kind of weird to fit. So I had to shift all those braces around and then pull the headlight out a little bit, and yeah, that way you don't see that little rivet brace that was right there. So yeah, if you look down right here, you don't see it. It matches the other side now.
How many hours have you been polishing for, Danny? Forever?
Probably at least 14 to 16 hours.
14 to 16 hours polishing.
Yeah. I didn't even paint these, but I want these to be as shiny as the other panels so it doesn't look funny. So I'm just trying to shine these doors and quarter panels.
Gives you a pretty good idea.
It's gonna be badass. Sure, you're gonna fit there.
It comes out a little bit further.
Oh yeah.
So like the stock vents have 4 mounting holes.
Yeah.
And this has 6, so you have to drill into the hood. But I'm not going to do that for install.
You're just gonna clip the whatever one you don't use.
Just the 4 in here.
Yeah.
I don't need these extra screws. It's going to be secure enough.
Eventually, we're gonna do a big walk around of Nathan's 5.0 here. I'm gonna go take a little spin in this bad boy. I don't think I've ever been in a 5.0, so this should be interesting. Just out on the exhaust? So it was,
yeah, it's just from the cats on back. Came with the mid pipe or X pipe and obviously the axle back portion of it.
Oh, nice. Danny, what do you think of the banner.
It's actually really dope.
Yeah.
And I sent Nathan like a bunch of fonts because I couldn't pick one, and he picked that one, and I think it's perfect. It looks good.
Staking 340.
I think the upstick purples are so nice.
Right? Let's get that little pop.
Dude, we can't do Danny level hookup right now during business hours.
I know, dude. I did a poll on the way in here, and I was like, damn, the whole shop can hear.
Yeah.
This whole strip. Got to be responsible, representing a business.
Danny's car.
Remember the gap right here? Like
Yep,
against the
with the
window.
window,
There was
yep.
like a huge gap right here, and I remember the body man, he like cut this and then tried to pull it in, and I guarantee what's happening is his repairs just became visible.
Crappy.
Yeah. To guarantee that you're not going to have any weird looks in the future, the new door would probably be the way to go. 300. Sorry. That's not bad.
It's so funny that Z28 out there was the first car that actually Danny and I met because of that car. One of the 3 cars that I went to film at his old shop that was there, and I was filming a custom sub box and the trunk for it, and that was how Danny and I kind of met and started talking about cars, and here we are today. It's kind of funny. It's came back full circle.
We're going to cut out a little bit.
Oh yeah, Danny's beautiful Miata, the Beamer, Oh, what is this? Another BMW? Danny, did you buy another BMW?
Yeah.
Another customer's car, 440i. Got a little bit of damage here and there.
You can totally tell this has been repainted.
Oh,
Look at
yeah,
the texture
yeah,
here and then
texture.
the texture there.
I don't know if it's gonna come on the camera, but the left side, the right side is a lot cloudier.
Yeah,
Left
it's all there.
side's smooth and
So you can tell it's been repainted. But yeah, so we're replacing this door, and then look at this too. There's a giant crease right here, which is probably from,
Oh.
I think this is also the handlebar. That's probably something else off the bike. But yeah, you can see that crease all the way across there. And I'm gonna try to blend the color right here in the door panel, or sorry, the door handle, and not paint the quarter panel. It's typically, if the color comes all the way out to here, I'd have to paint this to keep your eye from noticing
Yeah.
a difference in the color.
oh yeah, right here.
Yeah, right there. So we're
Ooh,
gonna look
big
at
old chunk.
trying to get those fixed. And then also too, on the front bumper, they want me to spot repair the bumper, which I don't typically do spot
The
repair.
Grand Sport's got the M package on it.
Yeah, look, so right here, they want me to do a spot repair right here, which I'll kind of explain that process when we get to it. I'll probably end up melting the clear in somewhere right here in the bumper, and then probably tie it off or cut it off right down there on that body line section here, and then it'll be like all blended in. I don't warranty that kind of work, and I don't think anyone else does either, because it will typically fail.
Yeah.
But having it this low, cars are graded in sections when it comes to refinishing. So this is like a section where it's actually okay to get away with doing a burn-in down there, because the UV doesn't get as gnarly.
Doesn't hit
down
it as
here
much as it does on,
as it
say,
does
on
up
the
here.
top. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually get away with it down there.
This is actually, I was telling them earlier that this is pretty much the car that made me meet you.
I know,
This-
yeah, because
this,
you
like,
can
I filmed 3 cars in one day,
Yeah, you
and
can
this
film
was one of
stuff on
them.
this.
And this is the day I met Danny.
And I actually painted this door like 2 years ago, and I didn't do the body work. The body man at the time did it, but you can tell his work is failing, so we're gonna actually replace this entire door and just panel paint a new one. There was a plastic bag that was put on it,
Oh,
and look at how it like melted into the paint. So there's something weird about this paint. It shouldn't be doing that.